Ishmael under the Abrahamic covenant. A careful exegesis of Genesis 16 in its historical, literary, and theological contexts showed how Ishmael and his mother were the objects of God's special care, despite the unfortunate circumstances that accompanied the revelation of his purposes for the son of the flesh in history. The Lord promised Hagar a son who would be free as a nomad, who would be powerful enough to maintain his freedom through continuous struggle for survival, and who would dwell in the neighboring Arabian desert with its entire animal and mineral riches. He would always live near his kinfolk with all that implies in terms of blessing and challenge, chapter 16, verse 12. Since the implementation of these promises cannot take place with Ishmael being in Abraham's home, the narrative leaves the door wide open before the development of particular circumstances that would accompany their fulfillment. This expectation becomes evident in view of God's alternative plan for the Son of Promise revealed in chapter 17, verses 15 to 22. Isaac, not Ishmael. After renewing his covenant with Abraham, chapter 17, verses 1 through 9, and promising to make him the father of many nations, chapter 17, verses 4 through 5, the Lord proceeded to give the patriarch a material sign for the covenant he established with him, the circumcision in the flesh of all males in Abraham's household, chapter 17, verses 10 through 14. Every male born in the patriarch's house, as well as all who were bought with money, were to be circumcised. Further, God revealed his plan to Abraham concerning the promised seed. Sarah was to bear him a son supernaturally, chapter 17, verses 15 through 16, one who would carry on God's covenantal promises in history, chapter 17, verse 19, verse 21. This contrary-to-nature prospective birth prompted the patriarch to fall on his face and laugh, chapter 17, verse 17. From this point forward, the narrative employs the motif of laughter in the patriarchal narrative. Both Ishmael and Isaac. Abraham's first reaction to God's revelation after his laughter was a prayer for Ishmael, his firstborn. "Oh, that Ishmael might live before you," chapter 17, verse 18. The patriarch had likely believed for 13 years that Ishmael was the promised son. This conviction might have been reinforced by Hagar's narration of the extraordinary encounter with the angel of the Lord and the revelations she heard from him concerning Ishmael. God's reply to Abraham in verse 19 supports this conclusion as well. It is unfortunate that many English translations of the Bible miss God's favorable response, verse 19, to Abraham's request concerning Ishmael. They translate the Hebrew term ebal, no. No, but Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and are thus inconsistent with the more positive nuance the same term is given all throughout the Hebrew Bible and in the Septuagint.